Hello, everybody, and welcome to Frog Wrestling. Good to have you all here. Good to see you all. Right off the bat, let's thank Left Hand Heathen. Sorry, said it right eventually. For the sub. I saw another one, Rallisaur. Thank you for the sub. Hello and welcome. Oh my goodness, it's been a week. It's been 2 weeks, as a matter of fact. I can't tell if my lip sync is off again, but I'm going to go ahead and restart the camera, just in case. In case it is. Seems to be a common thing. I got to figure out why that happens. Maybe we just need to do it this way from now on. But good to see you all. Good to have you all here. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. I apologize for missing last week. Most of you should have a rough idea of what happened. For those of you who do not know what happened, here is what happened. I got very sick on Wednesday. I still am sick. I'm recovering right now. Then I'm supposed to do the core podcast on Thursday. So the idea was to push this till Friday. Then Scott got sick on Thursday. So we pushed core to Friday, which meant I was going to do this over the weekend. But then Scott was still sick on Friday, so we pushed core to Saturday. And then I said, you know what? I'm still sick anyway. We're just skipping a week. That's what we're doing. We're just going to skip a week. We'll be back. I had intended to make at least one new wrestler anyway. I ended up making 2. So it gave me time because I was not creating anything while I was sick. So that's what went down. That's why you missed me, but I missed you too. And now we're here and we're going to get right in to some frog wrestling because we got a lot of matches today. We got 3 big things going on, but there's multiple matches within those things. So let me tell you what we're looking at today. Tournaments. I love them. Dragon Ball Z fan. I can't help it. It's built into my DNA to like a tournament. And we're going to be having a women's tournament to determine who is going to be the number 1 contender for Kristen's Frog Pants Women's Championship title. So that's going down. The first round of that. It's going to be awesome. Let's take a look at it right now. Let me show you what the bar looks like. What is it? I can't think. I'm still sick. I'm trying to figure it out. I saw a sub. Smooky 2, thank you for the sub. Really appreciate it. And just to answer the question in chat, I've been marathoning these on YouTube. It's starting to inspire me. Would you mind others doing their own wrestling streams? Would you feel ripped off? Not at all. I am far from the first person to ever do this. So I say, if this is inspiring you, go for it. I was in turn inspired both by what I used to do as a kid, making these, kind of doing this stuff with my friends, and also seeing other people do it. So I say, everybody that, if this gets the creative juices flowing, go for it. Absolutely. Anyway, let's look at the brackets. I finally remembered the word. I just had to talk about something else for a little bit, and then it got me. So let's take a look here real quick. Let's silence that just to avoid too many copyright businesses. And then let's hide my head here. This is what we are looking at for our brackets. We are going to be doing the first round today, which means our first opening match tonight is going to be Kim Johnson versus Carter Johnson. This has been a heavily requested match. People want to see it. So I'm excited that this is going to be our opener today. We are then going to follow that up with Jocelyn versus Monica. Monica on a bit of a win streak. Got a chance, got an opportunity. Mae Young is not wrestling. For some reason, if you set it as a non-title tournament, it automatically makes it the Mae Young Classic. An odd decision, an extremely weird one, but it is what it is. I decided not to end this with a title match in case I wanted to get creative at the end, and this is what it's done to me. Then in her debut, Gwen Gunn, the owner of Phoenix Pearl Tea, is going to be going up in her debut match against Nicole Spagnuolo. And also in a debut, Fast Grandma, the second or third most requested, but definitely the first most requested. You can't see it, but I'm using female wrestler in quotes. But certainly a sought after combatant, Fast Grandma, going up against Dear Martha. So it's going to be the two made up characters from Core going to be duking it out against each other. Of course, Dear Martha is based on my wife, but Fast Grandma not based on anybody, just to be clear. So we got our fictional Core characters in the final match. In addition to that, we do know that the Mod Syndicate has called out Kyle Fergusson as they continue their rampant abuse of anybody holding gold or anybody in a faction. And we'll be seeing Mod Syndicate versus Kyle Fergusson with a title on the line. We don't know which member of Mod Syndicate is going to be representing the team, but we do know that Kyle, in backing his challenge, has willingly put the title up for grabs in a, not to be intimidated. That's going to be our main event tonight, with it being a title match. And in the middle, we have a chance for Beau to see a little bit of redemption. Last week, he got revenge on Brian Dunaway, who took his slot in Core. And this week, Beau Schwartz is going to get another shot at revenge as he goes up against John Jagger for another shot at redeeming himself. The 2-point Beau movement continues. That's all coming up tonight. But our first match that we do have to get to, of course, is this. Kim Johnson versus Carter Johnson. I'm going to start the prediction right now. We got a lot to do. Let's get into it. Prediction is live, and we'll go ahead and just get into the match here. We'll set it up. I got to remember to do entrances because sometimes I forget that. I will say that this tournament is falls count anywhere. So the weapons are allowed, no disqualifications, falls count anywhere matches. These are going to be brutal. You're not going to see any countouts like the last tournament. This is going to be real. So take that for what it is. And hopefully that's exciting to you. Kim and Carter Johnson have fought in frog wrestling before, but I don't think ever in a singles match. This has been highly sought after. So I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to turn out. And right now, it looks like predictions favoring Kim. Kim has certainly been dominant since her debut in frog wrestling. Although she did have a recent loss against Monica, I believe. Was it Kim that went up? It's been 2 weeks, man. My brain's mush.
Do I actually believe they respect the rules and their opponents? Because the answer is absolutely.
Oh, it was Joss that beat Kim. That's right.
She is ready for this big match, and she knows everyone back.
Thank you, chat, for keeping me honest.
Make an impact.
Look, when I'm sick, I gotta have chat back me up for this. It's not gonna work any other way. So we're looking for a little redemption for Kim, but this competitor, Carter, her daughter, is certainly going to look to set herself.
Big time match on tap. When the competition level is this high, you can bet it will be memorable.
I think any competitor would be nervous getting in the ring with their parent, but Carter showing absolutely no fear, getting right in the ring.
Asking for, she is more than ready to compete tonight.
Carter debuted before Kim, but Kim has certainly had a more titled career in a shorter amount of time. She got a chance at a title shot right out of the gate. She's had some major victories, but recently coming off a loss from Jocelyn, she's got a lot to prove, as does Carter, and we're seeing that right now as Carter comes out fighting. And right now, series of suplexes from Carter, but Kim manages to escape, and a facebuster in response. And if you thought they were going to be taking it easy on each other, they are not.
That's how you wear it.
Both competitors very strong, both looking to prove something. And Kim not afraid to throw in a little boasting, too.
Nice hip toss. And an elbow drop to the arm.
Good reversal by Carter, managing to turn things around, get the momentum in her favor. But Kim does the exact same thing in response. What a move. A definite element of anything you can do, I can do better. And Kim goes for the first pin of the match. And right now, the story of this match is definitely both of these competitors trying to prove something.
You must beware of outside interference because when it's no disqualification, it's not considered interference. It's legal.
No count out outside of the ring. You can be pinned outside of the ring. Weapons are legal. Ben, welcome. Ben is here, hanging out in chat. Ben could have a match today. We know Mod Syndicate is going up against Kyle for the Dragon Beef title, but unclear if that is going to be Tom, Tanner, or Ben going after the belt.
Any of her own offense. Oh, wicked kick to the lower back. Setting it up.
X Dilling RX. Thank you for the sub, Prime sub. Thanks for hanging out with us today. And there is a pin. A giant slam outside the ring, and that is all it's going to take. A quick and fairly dominant victory from Kim Johnson.
Let's take another look at these women in action.
And that was all it took. Outside of the ring, a treacherous place to have to fight.
Here is your winner, the Queen.
Everything hits a little harder. And if anybody was doubting Kim after last week's loss, she has certainly put herself back on top. Let's go ahead. Percentage-wise, point percentage-wise, Kim was slightly favored, both in terms of points and people thinking Kim would win, but it was very close. It was nearly a 50-50 split. So congratulations to all of you who said Kim would be coming out on top on this one. And we are going to run from that directly into our next match of the tournament. Speaking of Jocelyn, who had a big win against Kim, she's going to be going up against Monica, who also had her first victory here in Frog Wrestling, I believe last week. So let's go ahead and get that poll put up right now. You should be seeing that now. Let's go to it. And here's how we're looking. Kim moves on. We're going to now see the match between Jocelyn and Monica. And both of these, once again, two competitors that have a lot to prove. Monica and Jocelyn both coming out very heavily from their first victory. They've got a lot of momentum. This is going to be a stop to momentum for one of them. But which one?
The following is a championship first round match. Making her way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the superstar Joyce.
And we got Joss, who, again, we said she beat Kim. Kim, who just had such a dominant match against Carter. Joss beat her last week. Can she ride that momentum to another victory tonight?
Such a talented competitor. I think we're about to see one of her best matches yet.
You know, Jocelyn, a strong competitor. She promotes good vibes, good energy, positive feelings, a positive role model.
Representing the Syndicate from New Jersey, the Wick, Eddie, Kitty, Stone.
And the Mod Syndicate, not necessarily in the past, they were not considered villains, but this new brutal Mod Syndicate, it's getting harder and harder to cheer for them. Monica, for the longest time, chasing a victory in Frog Wrestling, finally found it.
She is physically and mentally prepared for the task at hand in tonight's match.
We're going to see what happens when these two meet.
And we are set first round.
We are immediately underway. Joss goes for a running kick, but Monica quickly dodges out of the way. Jocelyn finds an opportunity to gain control. Another reminder, this is a anything goes, falls count anywhere match. Weapons allowed, fighting outside of the ring allowed. And right now, Jocelyn, much like Kim in the last match, using that hard mat on the outside to her advantage, although Monica gets a good dodge, doesn't manage to turn it into an offensive maneuver. Jocelyn quickly regaining control, but now Monica reversing.
She turns it right around.
And Jocelyn with another reversal. We are seeing a lot of referee taking a long time to get into position. Just gotta, you know, just gotta call it for what it is. That ref took a long time to be where he needed to be. I don't think it would have been a 3 count, but that ref was not hurrying. Right now, Monica finding a little bit of life, getting a bit of a comeback. Jocelyn with another reversal, using that barricade as a weapon repeatedly, driving Monica into it. Monica hitting her head on the steps on the way down. We are just seeing a level of brutality, although Jocelyn showboating a little early. Monica finding an opportunity to get up and waiting, picking her moment. Takes Jocelyn back to the floor. Now Monica's showboating, and Jocelyn makes her pay for it. Sometimes when you see a door, when you walk through it, don't open the same door. There's a pin. Ref in position. Only gets a 1 count. Looks like Monica's going for a weapon. Jocelyn not a fan of that idea. Knocks her down. It's certainly in the Mod Syndicate MO. They have been very aggressive as of late. And it looks like Monica applying a submission maneuver. The ref making sure that the knee doesn't break, I guess. And Jocelyn recovering. Oh my gosh. They have got to stop showboating. There's a roll up. The ref, once again, the ref just not paying attention. This ref has been real slow for Jocelyn's counts. You know, I'm not one to get conspiratorial, but I've seen it twice. He's certainly in position quickly for this. Another 1 count. None of these would have been match enders, but it's noticeable. We got a long count coming from the referee. And you have to wonder, is this the Mod Syndicate?
This is a pretty dangerous place to fight.
They are fighting out. That is just exposed arena floor out there. Everything out here is gonna hurt twice as bad. And Jocelyn takes advantage of it. Going for a pin. Ref in position. Only a 1 count.
Expect these pins to last much longer at this stage in the match.
And it looks like that might have awakened something. We've seen a very respectful, if not boastful, match between these two. But we're starting to see a little more brutality from Jocelyn. She might be wondering what's going on with this referee as much as we are. Oh my gosh! And Jocelyn just dropped Monica on her face. Gets a 2 count. I thought that was going to be it. And there's some showboating. My goodness, Jocelyn. We had a very respectful match. And something has awakened in Jocelyn. She is not holding back, but Monica stops the kick, turning it around, building momentum of her own. And there's a backdrop right on that concrete.
And she gets herself out of a precarious position.
Jocelyn manages to get out of it.
This is a very dangerous.
And Jocelyn saying it's all over. Encouraging Monica to stay down. Don't know if she will. There's another reversal. Jocelyn went for that kick again. Gave Monica an opportunity. There it is. The sharpshooter. Will Jocelyn tap to the sharpshooter? I'm pretty sure it's illegal for Canadians to tap out to the sharpshooter. She reverses it, manages to get free.
Nasty kick. Plenty of ways to get creative. Up on the entrance area.
Jocelyn, no. Monica gets her up. I thought that was Jocelyn. There's another pin attempt. The ref in place very quickly. And there's the 3. A second victory for Monica. And a victory for the Mod Syndicate. But I do have to say, it was very suspicious, this match. There certainly seemed to be two different speeds depending on who was pinning who. And Monica is officially on a hot streak. 2 victories in a row. Will she be able to maintain it through the tournament? We're going to have to see. But an impressive display nonetheless. You know, regardless of what the referee was doing, that was a victory. No doubt about it. We are going to take a brief break from the tournament. We now know, we'll just do a quick look at it though, just show you where we're at. This is where we are at with the tournament now. Now halfway through the first round, we know that Kim Johnson beat Carter, moving on, and is now going to be facing Monica Stone in the next round. Jocelyn not getting a rematch against Kim. And that is how it is looking right now. So we will be seeing the follow-up, that match next week. Is when we'll be doing the next series of matches for this. But before we continue with the tournament, we have a little revenge, possible revenge planned. Continuing with the theme that got set last week. We all know that the era of 2-point Beau is going on alive and well right now. And last week, Beau Schwartz managed to get a little redemption for his ousting of himself from Core. And he beat Brian Dunaway, the person who took his spot. Now he gets a chance to go up against his former tag team partner and friend, original Core founding member, John Jagger, for more potential revenge. So let's get the prediction set up. This is going to be a standard match, not falls count anywhere. Set it up right now. There we go. We have Beau Schwartz versus John Jagger. As Beau continues to try to work his way through all the Core members and earn a little redemption. Will he do it?
This is gonna be good.
John last week managed a mixed tag victory against Tom Merritt. I think that's right? This is not a mixed tag match, but Martha is accompanying John to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, accompanied by Martha, representing the Core from Scottsdale, Arizona, weighing in at 225 pounds, John J. Carr.
Now this competitor, they just don't know when to quit. They can be outnumbered 10-1 in a match and then still walk into the ring with a smile.
You know what? I'd still bet on them. They've got such incredible heart. They never give up on themselves.
Oh, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough.
The members of Core operating under maybe a little less scrutiny as of late, with Scott still out injured. But we have heard in the past that every match feels like a job application.
69 pounds, the rock star, caveman,
Saxton, how do you defend this?
And here is 2-point Beau.
Respect anyone around here.
Hey, respect is a two-way street, Corey. And yeah, the locker room doesn't respect this superstar. Neither do the people in charge. But the WWE Universe stands behind
Exiled,
the superstar,
outcast,
and respect is returned there.
on his own. He has made a name for himself outside of Core, one to certainly be proud of.
He said he'll steal the show here tonight, and he looks more than ready to deliver on that promise.
Wabbit Magic, thank you so much for the sub. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. What a match to sub during. These two know each other very well. Former tag team competitors.
Guys, we have a superstar that is molded.
They have worked together a lot. And right now we are seeing Beau use that rage, that frustration, comes out and immediately starts swinging. And John is already in trouble. Goes for a submission hold. John turns it around, drops Beau right on his jaw. And John looks to be playing a little bit defensively against Beau, but Beau gets him right back in the same submission. And John reverses it in the exact same way. Right now, both trying to find the upper hand. Beau with a good reversal and another lock in of the submission, trying to wear John down. And John pays him back a third time. By the rule of all video games, that should do the trick. And now John finding a little momentum. Drops Beau down. Beau quickly back to his feet, though. Back in control of the match. And John is down again. Beau going for an early pin. Got a 2 out of it. And John looks to be a little lost. And Martha up on the ring, distracting. Martha causing a distraction. John finds an opportunity, gets in there. That is why she comes to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. John with a brief bit of offense, though, before Beau already back in control. And right now, vicious move as he just throws John into the ropes. He goes off the top. John not ready for it. And Beau casually walking right over the top of him. If it is revenge Beau is looking for, he is certainly finding it right now.
That is just insulting.
Oh, and right now, it's hard to tell what's going on with Beau's VR headset. He spends a little bit of time freaking out. That happens sometimes when you're in the realm of VR. He sends John back into the ring. Doesn't want to get eliminated. Once more, back up to the top rope. John getting to his feet. Beau off the top. Catches him again. And there's another pin. Only a 1 count. And John is struggling, but he does manage to find a reversal. Manages to knock Beau down. A big running knee, and now John going for a pin. He gets a 2 count from it. Beau clearly caught off guard from the maneuver, or maybe just taking a moment. John looking for the final fantasy. He gets it. He kicks him right in the VR headset, and there's a chair in the ring. only a 2 count off the Final Fantasy. The ref throwing the chair out.
Everything possible was done to win there, but it just fell short. That was a hell of a maneuver there, guys.
I don't know if Martha was going to try and give John an opportunity to use that chair, but the ref did catch it and threw it out of the ring. And Beau not going down from John's finishing maneuver, now back in control of the match. Huge slam to his back. And a big running clothesline. John back up to his feet, tries to get it. Nope, he's up and down. Another big slam, and there's a pin. That could be it. No, a 2 count. Beau can't believe it. Beau certainly thought he had it. Martha back up on the ring again. And Martha definitely helping John. Certainly earning an MVP, but can John turn it into anything? Looks like Beau is bleeding under his VR headset. John taunting Beau, daring him to get up. Big running shoulder tackle, picks him up, drops him. And John finally building that momentum into a stunner. And gets a 2 count. And John trying to build that momentum. He tried to get away. He saw Beau stand up, but Beau caught him with that kick. He's dragging John to the middle of the ring. Oh, it is. It's the taint no thing. A wipe on the taint. And the taint no thing is locked in, and John immediately taps. Like Brian Dunaway last week. John did not want to taste the taint. And this was a more even match than expected. Beau was in control for a big portion of it. But thanks to the help of Martha, John did manage to get a bit of offense, nearly won it.
You cannot say they didn't give it their all and then some to achieve this victory. I don't know if I'd say the battle scars were worth it, Cole, but I will say the one who did it to them isn't the one celebrating right now.
And John has to be a little disappointed. But Beau has to be feeling real strong. That is 2 members of Core down with 1 member to go in Beau's quest for vengeance. What will happen next? We will have to see. As Beau continues. The 2-point Beau era is just continuing. There's a lot of momentum. Let's do the prediction outcomes here. Looks like people certainly favoring in terms of points Beau. More people thought I was going to win, but they didn't believe. They didn't believe hard enough to put the points behind it. And, you know, that probably worked out okay, because that was a win for Beau, who has continued to dominate the members of Core. We are going to be getting back to our tournament as we finish up the last couple of preliminary matches here. Let's get that pulled up so we can take a look at what we are going to be seeing next. As you can see, we are going to have Gwen Gunn in her debut match against Nicole Spag. That is going to be followed by the debut of Fast Grandma going up against Dear Martha, who we've certainly seen a lot of already tonight. So some unknown quantities here to be voting for. We'll go ahead and get the predictions set up so you can go ahead and start thinking about who's going to win this. Certainly Nicole has a history. She has a record. She's done some good things here. Gwen, an unknown entity. What will she do? What will she bring to her debut match? Will she cave to the jitters, or are we going to see something special? We're going to find out. All right, here we go.
This woman is the real deal.
All right, coming to the ring first, Gwen Gunn in her debut match.
The following contest.
For those who do not know Gwen, she is the owner of Phoenix Pearl Tea, who has been a partner of the Frog Pants Network, including making all the custom teas for There Will Be Dungeons. She's been a good friend and good fan to the network, and the teas are great. She doesn't pay for this. This isn't a paid endorsement over here. I'll just tell you that I have had a lot of Phoenix Pearl tea, and they are delicious.
A determined look on her face. She knows how to prove herself in the women's division. Here we go. She is ready.
But her opponent is Nicole Spagnuolo, who has certainly known plenty of success here in Frog Wrestling.
From St. Louis, Missouri, the superstar Nicole S.
The tension building for this match is so thick you can cut it with a knife. A lot of drama.
Her recommendal for this match is victory. For those who want to know Nicole, she can regularly be heard on TMS doing Nicole's recommendals.
Anyone is up for it? It's this woman.
And with all her Hollywood knowledge, it only makes sense that she is a Hollywood diva. Although I did see Sir John Card in the chat say Hollywood Whisperer, and that's very funny. She is married to the Wood Whisperer.
And of all the possible matchups in this tournament, I'd say.
And the match is underway. Keep in mind, this is Falls Count Anywhere. We are back to no count out, weapons allowed. Nicole very quickly taking charge, knocks Gwen out of the ring. And Nicole ready to fly through the ropes, knocks her down, and there's a little of that showboating we expect to see from Nicole. So far, a lot of high flying. And we are fighting right outside of the ring again. And Nicole with a 2 count certainly looks like she's trying to take advantage of Gwen being new. You take advantage of someone being a little green and see what you can do.
Pins can happen anywhere at any time, and that's got to be a concern for most superstars.
And a vicious punch from Gwen as she gets back up to her feet. I saw somebody say she doesn't wrestle with that metal glove, does she? She does. It's dangerous. Those right hands are going to be even more vicious. Nicole trying to power Gwen down, manages it, drops her right across the knee. And Gwen, right now Nicole showing off, looks like she's going for a weapon. She's got a kendo stick, perfectly legal in this match. You are allowed to use weapons. And Nicole showboating maybe a little too long on this pin. Gets a 2 count, might have been a 3 if she hadn't taunted right before she went for the pin. You gotta be careful with that showboating. And right now, Nicole is in command of this match. Having a hard time seeing what's going on as they've chosen to decide to wrestle directly behind this barricade. But Nicole throws her into the steps and then gets back into the ring. Seems like she was going to wait for her, but now she's decided, nope, I'm going to use the kendo stick again. She brings it over, and Gwen wants no part of that. Knocks it out of her hand. And we need to see Gwen get some momentum here. It looks like she's going to try and do exactly that.
Up across the shoulders.
Huge drop.
That's gotta be it. 2.
Gets a 2 count from it. Nicole manages to kick out. That would have been some brutal offense and more. You know, she's been biding her time to a degree, but Gwen certainly making Nicole feel it back in the ring. And now Nicole reeling as Gwen continues to build a good deal of momentum. Nicole maybe smartly gets out of the ring. Gwen taunting her. It doesn't look like Nicole wants to. Oh my gosh! Gwen over the top rope. I think she did make contact, missed a lot of her, but I do think she still managed to get just the corner of her head. Gwen's certainly the first one to recover. And there is a submission move that is extremely painful, even without a giant spiky metal glove going into your head. And Nicole manages to reverse it, turns it into an arm drag, and throws Gwen off.
She manages to get control. Connecting with a standing moonsault. Oh, saw it coming.
And they're both reversing. Looks like Nicole's coming out ahead with punches and kicks. Drops Gwen on her head. What is this going to be? Huge spine buster. Gwen is down and Nicole is not done. Picks her up again, but Gwen recovers just in time. And it looks like the momentum might be shifting again. Another submission hold. Gwen's locking it in again, getting that vicious claw on Nicole's face, and there's a tap. Nicole doing so well this match, but gets caught in a submission maneuver, and Gwen manages to get her to tap out.
This one was no exception.
And that is the move that did it.
Here is your winner, the Undead GG.
A big win, a big match.
Definitely a cause for celebration. What an impressive victory.
And that is the story. Gwen taking a lot of damage from Nicole, but then just turned it around managed to make the hits matter when she needed to, and got a victory on the back of it. An impressive victory for a debut, but we have 2 debuts today, everybody. That was the first, and what a showing. But now it's time for something ridiculous. We all know it, but you know what? Sometimes you got to give the people what they ask for. And I'm going to be honest, what the people asked for was stupid. But I did it anyway. Our next match of the evening is Fast Grandma versus Dearest Martha. Let's get the prediction going. Let's do this. There are 2 characters prevalently featured on Core. Of course, Dear Martha, who's really not there. She just receives letters. But Fast Grandma is the person who reminds you what everybody, what games got talked about over the course of the show. She's a very important part of the show. And, She's got a match against Martha. This is what we're doing, everybody. This is what it's come to. I am not kidding or exaggerating when I say she is one of the most requested wrestlers. When people ask for me to put people in this game, I can think of 2 others that come up more often, and that's it. So let's see it. The debut of Fast Grandma. Here she comes, ladies and gentlemen.
First round match. Making her way to the ring from another time.
Devastation, thank you for the sub.
The WWE Universe is on their feet for this superstar. They are ready for
Very fast. Some of you may recognize this as Brian Dunaway's entrance, but I couldn't not use this entrance for Fast Grandma. I'm going to have to change Brian Dunaway's now. It's fine. He uses the beefcase anyway. This is the fastest entrance there is. I had to give it to Grandma. Ladies and gentlemen, Fast Grandma making her debut here tonight.
I think she's about to start a fight.
But this fictional character has a mountain to climb, because Dearest Martha, the other core fictional character on the show, is who she has to face. We saw Martha lots tonight. Martha nearly got a victory for John in a match earlier. Didn't quite succeed, but we know that she is willing to play dirty to win a match. And in this sort of match, anything goes. Will that work to Martha's favor? Martha is in the chat, everybody, so wish her luck. How can she beat up on a grandma? Have you seen Martha? She cheats in every match. She's got no problem punching a grandma. Maybe some of the other competitors would have had a hard time punching a grandma. Martha's got no problem punching a grandma.
Tournament action underway, and Corey,
And the match has begun. Martha immediately coming out aggressively against Fast Grandma here. And for anybody that thought Martha might take it easy on Fast Grandma, you are absolutely wrong. She has no qualms beating up an old lady, but the old lady's fighting back and posing just a little bit. And look at that. Huge lift up and drop from Grandma. Grandma quickly trying to take control of this match, but Martha manages a reversal. Gets it under control. And Martha drops Grandma and starts slamming her head against the mat. Running knee. And look at that. Grandma's gonna fly. So far, Martha absolutely in control in this match.
No DQ or Extreme Rules match, you'd at least have to be pinned in the ring, but not here.
And Martha, no delay, eyeing up the competition, drops her with the letter home. And there's your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, you wondered if Martha would care about beating up an old lady, and Martha has answered a resounding I don't give a shit. That is a dominant victory. The crowd is angry, and that's another thing that isn't bothering Martha in the slightest. She feeds on your anger, she feeds on your frustration, and as quick as she came to the ring, Fast Grandma has been sent home packing. Definitely the shortest match of the night. Now, for anybody wondering, Fast Grandma's got stats. She's got an 81 power ranking. I did not set this up. She's not bad. She didn't perform very well. She didn't perform well at all. We'll just say that. She got an 81 power rating. It's not bad. Man, a lot of points lost, a lot of support, a lot of love for Grandma that is not going to be paid off here tonight. So sorry, everybody. You seem very unpleased you had to make her. She's actually really fun to make. Doing a character in black and white was a lot of fun. I liked it. I'm a little surprised that it's the most requested character, but I had no problem with it existing. Let's take a look for next week. We now know what matches of the tournament we are going to be looking at, so let's see it. This is what we are looking at next week. Next week, we will have Kim Johnson, powerhouse, reestablishing her dominance in the women's division, going up against Monica Stone, who is currently gone from unable to win a match to unable to lose. And will that carry forward into next week? We will see. And then we are going to see Gwen, who has been dominant in her first match, take on Martha, who was equally, if not more dominant in her match. So expect that to be a major brawl. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen there. That will be next week. We have one more match for you this evening that we need to get to here. Let me get it all set up. And all right. Got that. We have, for For those who did not hear at the beginning, we have a title match this evening. The Mod Syndicate has recently been challenging anybody who has gold or has a presence. They have been forcing them to fight in big non-DQ matches and brutalizing their opponents. It's been pretty ugly, as a matter of fact. But this week, they went after Kyle Fergusson, our Dragon Beef champion. And in doing so, Kyle has decided to turn the tables. Instead of a no-holds-barred match, where he would likely, potentially, face a beatdown, much like the core crew faced, Kyle has put his title on the line in a standard match against any member of the Mod Syndicate who wishes to challenge him. So here's how we're going to do the prediction. We are going to say Mod Syndicate versus Kyle. Not going to tell you who. It's going to be a surprise. It could be Tanner, it could be Ben, it could be Tom. Title on the line, standard match rules, disqualifications in place. Let's see how they do. And while we're at it, Misadventures in Store, Martha herself, thank you for subbing to the channel. I appreciate you. Yeah, we did see some questionable ref tactics. Kyle could be in trouble if the refs are acting strange. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what happens.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Dragon Championship.
They are ready for battle.
Coming out first, the challenger, Mod Syndicate. And it looks like we're going to be seeing Ben Bumhofer face off against Kyle Fergusson. Tom Merritt leading the charge. Interestingly enough, not participating. At least not directly. This has been Tom's MO. Tom doesn't seem to be in a race for titles. Tom seems to be manipulating, coaching, guiding. He has taken Ben under his wing as a protege. We've seen Ben get fiercer and meaner. We do have Ben in the chat, everybody. Everybody say hi to Ben. Everybody send Ben good vibes. Ben, like me, has been feeling a little down, different things, but hadn't been feeling great, so send him good thoughts in the chat. And maybe send him a lot of good vibes, because Ben is about to have to face this man. Kyle Fergusson has successfully defended the Dragon Beef Championship more than any other Dragon Beef champion, which is really only one other person. But regardless, he has not been afraid to let people challenge for his title. The Hajni, thank you so much for the sub.
Match coming up, and a huge opportunity for the champ to prove to everyone that there truly is none better in all of WWE right now.
Now, Ben did come to the ring with Tom Merritt. We've seen Martha be a factor in matches, but you will note that Kyle is being accompanied by Kristen, evening the odds ever so slightly. Will this gamble to put the title on the line save Kyle from a Mod Syndicate beatdown? Or will it cost him everything? An anonymous gifted 10 subs. Congratulations. Shep5158, Arrow737, Amish Lord, Bam790, Ben Bumhofer himself, Brian Dunaway, Turby Foo, Sand Patrol 89, Sticky Lizard, and Cole Cash. Congratulations, everybody. And a big thank you to the person who's donating. That's awesome. Greatly appreciated.
The Universal Dragon Champion, Dungeon Master Kyle Fergusson.
Kyle Fergusson does not want to relinquish that belt. He's extraordinarily proud to have it. As a Dungeon Master, having the title with a dragon on it is an honor. And we are underway. Immediately, Kyle Fergusson on the offensive, but Ben with a good reversal, finding a chance to get some momentum and a huge throw. Ben showing very clearly that he is not going to let Kyle overpower him, which is exactly what Kyle tends to do to his opponents. But now Ben making Kyle look like a ragdoll, just throwing him around. And once again, showing that crazy power as he just lifts him up for a suplex. And tonight has been a series of dominant victories, very decisive battles. And you have to wonder if that trend continues. Things are looking very good for Ben and very bad for Kyle. Shoulder tackles. Just elbows to the face, actually. And Kyle is down, getting that arm worked, and Ben is getting fired up. We talk about picking the wrong moment to gloat, but Kyle unable to get back up to his feet. That seems like exactly the right time. And a lot of momentum building for Ben right now, who goes off the top rope with a big elbow.
He leaves the ring, but he could lose this match by countout. Turning the tables. Good chance for him to regain his wits.
Kyle manages to get out of the ring. He's buying a little bit of time with this. He needs to build some momentum. And it looks like he's going exactly for that. A huge slam right onto the ground. That will certainly help build things back up as Kyle looks to find some way to get back into this match. But he is going to be working at a deficit here.
Oh, that might have just broken something. Both arms captured.
And now Kyle stomping into Ben. Goes for a pin. Another little delay from the ref. We're certainly going to have eyes on him. Mod Syndicate has just been a notable delay. But Kyle's still in control of the match. Picks Ben up, drops him. Ben with a reversal, though, starts mounting and throwing punches, but Kyle quick to his feet. But Ben manages to reverse out of it, too. Kyle off the ropes. Ben picks him up, drops him down, and Ben is calling for it. Another huge slam. And Ben looks ready to try to call this match in his favor. He goes for a pin. This could be it. And Kyle manages to kick out. But right now, Ben dominating, and he just lifts Kyle right up. There it is, the Spirit Bomb. That'll do it. That will be the match. No, Kyle kicks out. Ben's Spirit Bomb fails, and Ben is upset, but still taunting. And how Kyle is even fighting back at this point is beyond me. He has been on the wrong end of a brutal beatdown from Ben. They collide. Kyle having a hard time finding momentum, but he does manage to get Ben up, throws him into the turnbuckle, and just tosses him to the ground. But Kyle has a lot of room he needs to make up. Ben's ready with a scoop slam. I don't know if Kyle can recover. Ben is wearing him down. Ben rolls to the outside. Kyle rolls to the outside. It's almost like Ben anticipated Kyle wanting a breather and is not going to give it to him. Picks him up and drops him down.
He's not going to be able to pull this off, is he? Is he?
A huge slam. The count is at 4. If Ben wants to win, he does need to get Kyle in the ring.
Concerned about anyone else's well-being.
And I'm not sure what Ben's doing. He looks like he's going for a count-out victory, but I don't think the title can change hands on a count-out.
Really testing fate right now.
I have to check the rules on that. It's at an 8. Kyle dives in with an 8 count.
Yeah, you just know that
manages to stay alive. Kyle gets in a power slam, but he doesn't see Ben get up. And Ben has recovered. Kyle already back in trouble. A gloat has really cost Kyle, as Ben is still in control with that ferocity. And he's got Kyle in a corner. Kyle manages a reversal. But the momentum is building. But he has a long way to go. Huge headbutt. Ben down on the ground. Kyle eyeballing him. Kyle is very tactical. He's watching. He dives to the outside. He makes contact. High risk, high reward as Kyle flies. Another headbutt. They're continuing to fight outside. Ben showing great resilience, gets Kyle up in the air and just drops him straight down. The count is up to 6. They do need to get in the ring. Ben throws Kyle in. Kyle back to his feet before Ben's even in, and Kyle's ready for him. Gets the momentum. There's a pinfall. Only gets a 1 count. They both go for a clothesline, but Ben comes out the better of it. A big stomp, and Ben is gonna try for it right here. Another Spirit Bomb, a second one, and that will be it. No! Kyle gets his hand on the rope. At the last possible second, Kyle manages to get a rope break to stay in this match as Ben hits his finishing maneuver for a second time. Kyle barely hanging on. Ben still very much in control of this match.
Just deadlifting their opponent.
Throws him. That deficit that Kyle has to come back from still in place. He is staying alive, but he is not building any offense, and Ben just picks Kyle up by the neck and slams him back down. And he's just dragging him. I don't know what Ben is trying to get Kyle in position for. And just a brutal kick to the head. And I don't know if there is anything Kyle can do to come back from this. He dodges, gets a shoulder tackle. Ben manages to recover faster, though, and he gets him up. A big suplex. Kyle is out. He's back up on his feet. Another slam.
Vicious. The champ's shoulders are down.
Ben going for a pin. And that'll do it. A huge fight from Kyle. But Ben just showing too much resilience. Too much tenacity, really. As we see the Mod Syndicate emerge victorious. And we have seen a belt change. That was a brutal match. Kyle fought valiantly, but just couldn't make it happen in the end. Couldn't hang in there, and honestly, the fight was so brutal, I don't think Kyle even avoided a brutal beatdown, which was the whole point of putting the title on the line, because that was still pretty brutal. A vicious, vicious match. But we have a new Dragon Beef champion in Ben Bumhofer, and the Mod Syndicate continuing to establish a real threat here in Frog Wrestling. We've seen a lot tonight. We've done the first round of our tournament. We know what we're going to be seeing next week with that. We've seen Beau work his way through the members of Core with only one remaining, who's currently out injured. What will Scott's response be to seeing his teammates fall one by one? But more importantly, we have a new Dragon Beef champion as the Mod Syndicate continues its punishment of Frog Wrestling. We're going to have to see what all this means next week. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for your subs. Thank you for letting me skip a week that was much needed due to illness. I will catch you next week as we see what all comes next. I appreciate you. Till then, bye, everybody.